G'day, Josh here, and I'm here with Mini Motorways, a brand new game available on Apple Arcade, and there's not too much to this one. It's still a lot of fun though, so let's jump in and play one of the available levels. Let's go ahead and do Munich, as I haven't yet hit the base achievement of 250 points on this level. In fact, I haven't played Munich at all. So essentially what you are doing is you are connecting houses to shops, and you do that by clicking on the map. That enters you into edit mode, and then you can drag out roads like that. On the left hand side you can see how many available roads you've got. You can do all sorts of things with your roads, and you can also then enter delete mode using the toggle on the bottom right, and you can get rid of unwanted roads. And you'll see there that you have a day clock showing day and night modes on each day. At the end of the week, when Sunday passes, you will then earn yourself some additional things. You can see that I've currently got 26 bits of road left and a bridge. Now let's go ahead and change the direction of this driveway by just drawing a road to the house that way. As the game progresses, you begin to see houses and shops appearing of different colors, and that's when things get a little bit more interesting. You can also earn or unlock additional level up or power up sort of items. You got the bridges, you can also get traffic lights, you can get freeways or motorways, and I believe there is also one other that I can't think of right now. Now we're definitely going to have to use a bridge here, so let's bring a road all the way across here, and we'll have the house driveway coming in that way, and that's giving us a pretty decent start. We're almost to the first weekend. We've got 6 cars traveling out and about on the road at this point. Everything's the same color. It's not too complex. Now you can see the little marker up on the shopping center at the moment. If the shopping center starts to get too many markers, cars aren't getting to it in time, then you will start to get in a little bit of trouble. And if you end up ever having a shopping center that is entirely filled with markers, then you will actually lose the game. That is how you lose the game. But it's an incredibly zen-like game. It starts off pretty slow-paced, but things do start to ramp up, and it starts to get pretty incredible, the size of the city that you're building as you're doing the planning and things like that. But also just watching all the different color cars traveling all the way around and getting stuck at intersections and things like that can certainly be fascinating. So hopefully soon, in fact, here we go. Week 1 has ended, so you always get 20 additional tiles at the end of the week, and then you can choose, do I want another bridge or a set of traffic lights at this point? I think at this point in time, I'll actually take another bridge. It's nice to have one of those spare just in case, and I don't necessarily need traffic lights at this stage. I'm not too worried about my intersection management just yet, as I don't have that many cars out on the road, only 11. You can, of course, actually pause the game at any point if you want to make adjustments without it being live. I, typically speaking, don't do that unless it's in a late game situation where I'm really stuck and I need all the possible time. But it's a really good way to pass some time, just have fun playing. So let's go ahead and add those houses in there. You can see here that we're still just dealing with red shops and red houses, but I'm having a sneaking suspicion that very soon we will start seeing other colors. And once your city starts to expand, that's when getting cars from their starting point to their destination can be quite tricky, and you definitely need to be very considerate about your planning. You need to maybe go ahead and make some adjustments, tweak some intersections that are being a little bit troublesome, so to speak. The only thing you don't have any control over is the spawn locations of the houses and the shops. The houses you can almost always deal with, but sometimes when a shop spawns in an awkward location, that can be a little bit challenging. But so far, everything is going really, really well for us. No worries at all with these shop locations. I'm just going to set up right now another setup in terms of road management here, just to maintain. I didn't want any houses spawning along that point, because then it gets tricky, especially because we've got access to these shops down the bottom, but access to these shops up the top in that middle section. So oops, didn't mean to do that. Let's go ahead and delete that road. Nothing else spawning just yet, but oh, there we go. We actually had a house spawn directly onto the road. Now we have our first purple shop. So now we need to get our first purple house in. Now, something that is worth noting, you can't have a house, you can't have two driveways with a house. You can only have one driveway, so you can change the direction of the driveway, but you do have to consider what's going to make the most sense for you. So now that we've already got a bridge, let's go ahead. In fact, I think we've got two bridges there. Let's go ahead and get ourselves a set of traffic lights just in case a situation arises where we start to have problems with our traffic flow. I might actually preemptively put a crossroad through there. I might do the same here just to set up situations where we might need that stuff. We don't want houses in those specific locations. So there we go. Get that purple house in. That's quite good for us. We will get that red house in now. I could have the driveway that way, but I think I actually want to have it that way because then it will impact less on the entrance to that shopping center. That is something that you need to consider the more you play the game, as especially crossroads can be tricky with the way that traffic management, cars will have to wait for other cars to pass as you get more and more cars out on the road. So you'd really want to be conscious of the direction that your driveways are pointing. I could definitely readjust this intersection here. You can see some of the cars slowing down there as turns occur. That car needs to turn into that driveway, so it had to wait for a second. But at this point in time, it's perfectly fine. We don't really have any issues in terms of traffic management, and we do have one set of traffic lights there to use if we have a particularly problematic intersection that we can't adjust manually. Now, you can also adjust bits of road that cars are on. Let's see if we have a car come down this bit of road. We can actually delete it, and it won't actually finish deleting until the cars are off that bit of road, which is super handy. So you see there, let's fix that little thing up. Oh, fix that bit of road up. There we go. That'll sort itself out shortly. Still waiting on something new to spawn. Generally, the second week is the slowest in my experience, but I think this is the third week actually. It's yeah, certainly not going that fast just yet, but we are rapidly approaching. There we go. We've entered Sunday, so we will very soon be starting our next week. We'll get ourselves another lot of 20 roads and another bonus to choose from. Motorways are really handy, so hopefully I see a motorway. Get that purple house in there. So here we go. We get ourselves, there we go. We do get a motorway, so I'm going to go ahead and grab that. Motorways allow you to very quickly connect one side of town to another, and I will show you the use of that when a good time arises. And the benefit of a motorway is it actually can travel over everything else, so it doesn't get in the road of shops and other roads that are already on the ground, already in your city. But you can see here that as the city progresses, the map just gets more and more enticing, and we're going to get another color appearing very soon. Hopefully it's not too much longer, but at this point in time, we have no real issues. That intersection in the middle could maybe use a little bit of work. We could potentially set it up like that so it's no longer a crossroad. That may help a little bit. We'll have to monitor that. It's our only real problematic bit at this point. We get ourselves another house spawning just there. Here we go. Now, this is where it gets annoying. So we have ourselves a situation where we have to use a bridge there, and we didn't really want to. So what I might do, because I think that bridge should count as the same bridge. So if I just do this, but that is a situation where, that has actually spawned in a really awkward spot. Really awkward, and we may have to use a motorway to assist with that. At this point in time, it's not too bad. Blue has direct, in fact, let's get some more blue houses in here. We'll get this red house in here as well. So these blue houses at the bottom need a way to get up here. So what I think I'll do is I'll now use a motorway where I'm going to drag one point right there. I'm going to drag it to here. We'll make that connection properly. So now we have ourselves a motorway that allows these blue houses at the bottom to very quickly get up to that blue shop without having too many issues. And so we're still trucking along nicely. There's the end of week 4. Definitely going to go ahead and grab another motorway. In my opinion, they're the handiest of all additional items or features in this game. So let's get a big block happening there to get that in. Get ourselves another purple house in. Anything else there that I've missed? I don't believe so at this stage. I'm just going to move this motorway over just one so I can better see what's under it. So once the final car is off that, it will reset. There we go. It should vanish now. There we go. So we can see that there is a blue house under there. I just don't want to have a house spawning under there that I don't see, because you want to connect all your houses in as quickly as possible. Now, the pink is definitely another issue, as we're now going to have white added to the city as well. Now, that's not too bad, because I can get white happening straight up and connected very, very easily. But that pink has to travel a long, long way. As we get another pink in here, that one is definitely closer. Now, we've only got 10 road segments left, so definitely conscious of running out of those. Using the motorway does use road segments as well, so we are looking forward to this weekend approaching, so we get our roads refreshed, our store replenished, so to speak. And then just grab some other bits of road back that we don't necessarily need just yet. It also looks like no one is really using that middle section of road for now, so I might go ahead and claim that bit back as well. Now we have another super awkward one to get in there, but we do have pink in. Get pink happening there as well. We've got grey. Lots of houses spawning at the moment. Now, no real issues. Oh no, this blue is actually a real issue. So why is it taking so long for those blues to get there? Because most of the houses are down here and they can't get to, oh, here we go. Get that red house in there. I'm not sure how long that had been sitting there for. Okay. This is where running out of roads is definitely going to be an issue. But there we go. We get 20 more. I'm going to actually grab another 20 just to give ourselves a little bit of a buffer here. Whoops. Resume. Hit the wrong thing there as we continue. Move that across a bit so it can fit in. So you can see our city's definitely expanding quite a bit, but I'm still a little bit worried about this, but it's being dealt with now. The number of markers there is slowly dropping. We've got orange. We've got a bit of an orange issue in the middle. Now, how is this intersection looking? It's still actually flowing reasonably quickly. There's not too much traffic banking up. It is our biggest intersection right now, though. So I am actually, just for now, going to throw a set of traffic lights there. We can move those at a later date if required. Just do a quick scan here, make sure we still do have all of our houses in. You can see that, oh, there we go. We've got some new stuff spawning. So we'll just go that way and we'll connect it in on this side as well. Get this blue house in. We have another white or grey house there. And I think every other house we've got at this point has been connected in. Now, that definitely is the most concerning intersection at this point, but that is being managed by those traffic lights. This shopping centre here is now my biggest concern, as we just got to 250 cars out on the road, so we've now reached that accomplishment, but it's... yeah, there's no shopping centre. Okay, this blue is now a little bit concerning, but lots of blue cars going to it, so I think we've still got that covered. We will have to use another motorway at some point, though. I'm just trying to predict where that might be. We are approaching the weekend again, so we will get ourselves another upgrade. Any other houses that I've missed, it's always worth checking that sometimes they look like they're connected because they're just sitting next to it, but they're not actually, their driveway doesn't connect to the road. Is there any other roads that I could add to increase flow to this city as well? I just noticed that that has been cut off. That is an issue. Let's go ahead and fix that again. There we go. Another house that needs to be added in. Still waiting on. Okay, we've got some more issues with orange in the middle edge. That's what I was waiting on, my next problem. But okay, get ourselves another set of traffic lights. We've got a motorway spare at the moment, so I think that's wise. Getting some more purple houses to add in here as well. Might go that way for that one. And you can see that the city is continuing to expand. We're up to 312 cars out on the road now, as we get a blue house to add in there, a blue house to add in here, and that pink shopping center, I think we're okay with that. We've got some issues though at this intersection right now. That is a big problem. How do we manage this? So, we need to find another way out. Purple, it's the orange cars, it's the biggest issue, but the pinks trying to get through are a problem as well. Yeah, I think we're actually running into a few too many issues right now. Oh, there's another blue house to get in. So what I want to, this is where it gets tricky. How do I get this house in? So what I want to do is do this. We're actually going to run another motorway here over to this side. And run that up there. Connect that motorway here. So now we've got a shortcut for the blue cars. It might not be quick enough though. We're going to have a big issue. We've already got big issues here. We've got big issues here. That's a perfect example of when pausing the game would have been very, very solid. I'm not too hassled about it though, as this video has definitely gone on long enough to show you all the basics. We do end up losing the game there. 375 cars out on the road. So that's a pretty good score. Almost at 400, and we do get the 250 point achievement for Munich there. So you can see lots of cities to play that offer different landmark or different layouts in terms of waterways and things like that, so provide unique challenges, and that is basically all there is. So it's relatively straightforward. There's not too much to it, but it's really enjoyable. It's a good mental challenge, but it's also not too stressful. So I really enjoy Mini Motorways, one of the available games on Apple Arcade. If you're a fan of the game, let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future content.